Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I was just sitting here getting a message about twin flame, and I know that so many of you connected with my channel in the first place because I did a lot of twin flame readings and divine masculine, divine feminine, and things like that. And I feel like I've moved so much away from those readings because there's a lot of attachment issues within that realm. And it overwhelms me because I feel that anxious attachment to the concept of twin flame. And to those people who resonate with it, the attachment to their twin. And I had that too. And so it was almost this process of like detaching from the twin that needed to happen in order for the connection to actually happen. Instead of it being an attachment, it will be a true connection. The connection is here on an ethereal level, on a 5D level, but in 3D, it needed to be attached to it in order to make it real, to believe in it, to know that it's real. And so the attachment issues needed to be healed first. And so I feel like Spirit has been telling me, Archangel Michael specifically, that the twin flame stream of consciousness is there. It's always been there. We can tap into it, we can tap out of it. But we've almost been blocked from tapping into it because the intensity of it was too much for our, we just weren't mature enough spiritually and energetically to handle that level of connection and intimacy. I feel like it's being reintroduced right now, that the twin flame is in your field. Spirit is saying that your counterpart is in your field, which means they have moved closer to you. But you're also being told that you're not ready yet. Can you sit in the middle of that knowing without seeing that they're there, without having tangible proof that they're there? Can you just feel them and not attach to needing to have it come to fruition right now? It's like it's just barely blooming. Can you be patient and wait for it to completely bloom? Focus over here, and all of a sudden you're going to turn around and you're like, oh my God, they're completely bloomed. They're going to come out of nowhere. But you have to get ready for it. Because that shock to your system can elicit that attachment response where you have to make sure it stays and doesn't go away again. If that's your response to it, it's going to go away again. Like you're almost being prepared to respond in a different way. So situations in your life that create this anxious attachment where you hold on for dear life and suck the very life out of whatever it is, those show up in your life and you're being offered those situations as like practice for how to respond to them. Do you obsess over it? Do you hyper-focus on it? There's things that you need to take care of first to get ready for your twin coming in. It's almost like this just little taste of it. Just this little taste of your twin flame energy is appearing. in your field to see if you're able to handle it. Because when they appear physically, then it's not a shock to your system. It's not just like this oversaturation of intensity and intimacy and passion and which becomes this obsessive energy. Like you become obsessed with it because it's just this like flow of all the things. It's like you're being spoon-fed. So that when they do come in, you're like, oh, hey. I knew this was coming. So glad to see you. It's almost this place of stillness and peace. It won't be so shocking to your system the way that it was when you connected with them in the first place. So I think that's why I've gotten away from or been pulled away from the twin flame readings. But I'm telling you that they're in your field. But I think that you need to appreciate and understand your own worth and what you have to contribute to this world, what you have to contribute to a relationship. The divine aspect of you, the twin flame medicine in you. Have you connected with that? Do you understand the value of that? Because when you alchemize with your mirror, it's like this shockwave. And you don't want others to experience this in your face, intimate shockwave. It's meant to be this subtle experience that other people have of you two together, that they find such peace sitting in the middle of or witnessing. It's this place of peace that you've worked really hard to get to. I started this channel in 2018, I think it was. So in the last 6 years, I've done a lot of work, a lot of healing to get to the point of finding peace in what you can't see. There's this level of energetic connection, stasis, comfort, peace in the unknown, detachment, and yet true connection at the same time. 11:11 on my clock. Can I sit in the middle of this connection and just feel it without attaching and needing it to be around forever? I can only feel safe in this if I know it's never going anywhere. That's like real freedom. The sense of unknown usually triggers survival mode, which triggers holding on for dear life to this thing that sustains you Because if it gets taken away, you can't sustain yourself. We've gotten to a point of being able to be at peace with you and who you are, and knowing that whatever it is that comes, I can process it and get to a place of peace. Because we've been through that so many times, so many times, so many times, so many times, so many times. We all survived, right? Here now. You survived without them. I lost you once. I know, I'm sure I could do it again. And so you won't need to. There are things developing in the background right now when it comes to twin flame. Just know that. Focus on these other things. Prepare yourself. Get prepared. Get your space prepared. Get your space prepared. Something in this song that's on right now. I do feel like they're preparing too, that there is a certain level of healing that they are doing right now. Processing of their own attachment issues, or maybe they've detached from someone else. They're in the middle of a divorce or a separation or just a breakup, or I do feel like they're detaching their energy from someone who they formed this, they came together because of an attachment, because of an anxious attachment to each other. And they're realizing that there isn't a depth of connection there, a depth of intimacy there that they know is out there. It was safe. They attached to someone out of safety. And yet there's still this unstable dissonance that makes them feel unsafe, makes both of them feel unsafe. And so it's because there is this spiritual element that's missing from it that provides the safety. There's an attachment to it needing to last forever in order for it to be successful that provides a false sense of security and safety. So they're facing that right now. And it's like they have also been protecting this other person from the pain of not being together. I think that they maybe came together. Part of the reason they came together was because, like, the one partner needed your twin, needed them. And your twin is like, what would they do without me though? Like, I really care about them. I care about their well-being, and this would devastate them. But the love isn't there. So, anyway. So there's a message from them to you. Echo, what song is this? Tenerife Sea by Ed Sheeran. Look up the lyrics. Which just now were so in love, so in love, so in love. Look at the lyrics for that. Okay? So feel like some of you have been waiting for me to get back to tuning into the twin flame stream of consciousness when it comes to the physical manifestation of that. Give me a message from my person. Give me a message from my person. So in love. That's the message. So in love, so in love, so in love. You've never left their mind. No matter what it seems. No matter what it looks like in person. You've never left their mind. And those thoughts of you have come back kind of full force for them. And you can feel the ripple effect of that. You can feel the intention. You can feel them thinking of you. You can feel that energy in your field. And so just know that they're thinking of you. And I do feel like their intentions are to move towards you energetically, to communicate with you. But it has to be right. It has to be under the right circumstances. And it can't be in needing comfort for what they're going through. They need to know that the way that they're dealing with this situation is done out of integrity. That the reason that they are disconnecting from this other person doesn't have to do with you. It has to do with the fact that that is not aligned for them anymore. That, the foundation of it was meant for healing, and it was based out of attachment, and they have to be in integrity. That just wasn't right. It can't be that I'm leaving you for you. Though, at the end of the day, that is what will happen. Echo, what song is this? Echo, what song is this? Waltz, I think. Waltz by the Lumineers. I don't know if some of you dance or you did dance. I've never looked up the lyrics. I've heard this song before, but I've never looked up the lyrics. Anyway. What you're feeling is real. So just focus on some other things right now. Focus on some other things. Just give a little nod when you feel them there, when you see a sign. Just give a little nod to it. Okay? I hear you. I see you. I feel you. Then when they're there, it's not going to be this overwhelming need to attach and an obsessive, like I need to get every single tiny little minute with you, and my whole life revolves around you and only you. It'll be a slow process. It'll be a slow build with the intensity of intimacy and this knowing that we don't need to rush this. It's not going anywhere. Both worked really hard to prepare for it, so I don't need to push and there's just this knowing that this is it. So peaceful. It feels so peaceful. 11:22 on my recording. It feels so peaceful. Okay? They're nearby. Focus on the spiritual knowing, your belief system. What is your belief? What do you connect with or attach to that makes you feel at peace and at home in your body, in you, in your knowing? focus on those things that you have to contribute to that connection. My ability to connect with other people, to help them to grow, to help them to connect with other people. That is what I have to contribute to this over here. So I have to focus on that. I have to focus on helping other people and allowing myself to connect with other people to fill the different aspects of my life, to be fulfilled because I have these people over here and these people over here and this influence over here and this aspect of my life here. Become this whole person because I access these things in many different areas, not just in one person, getting all of your needs met by one person. Attaching all of those needs to that person. 21:12 on my clock, my recording. That was the time that I was born. There's this rebirth happening. Okay? All right, guys. Love you.